This is going to be Chucky's new home for however long. Once we eventually get him in, there's his little treat, pig's ear, and his water ball. Now all we've got to do is get him out of the trailer and bring him in. Okay, first thing we need to teach Chucky is he doesn't come out until he stops barking or trying to get out. So all this bouncing on the door, we are just going to ignore him until he stops. That may be some time. Chucky's now been at it for 15-20 minutes. I'm stood about 8 feet away from the trailer, and for those that are observant about you, you've now just spotted my highly trained bee that's come in just to distract Chucky. Didn't work for too long though. Never mind. It was worth all those months of training that bee just to see it do the job. Chucky's been in the trailer now about 45 minutes or so. And the idea is that he's got to be calm for at least 30 seconds, or at least not barking and being frustrated for 30 seconds before I even turn to face him, which is what's happening now. The idea is that we want to open the doors without Chucky trying to get out. So basically I'm watching his feet and his body, and anything that moves towards the doors will make the door shut as far as Chucky's concerned. Chucky's resorted to barking and demanding, so we shut the door and we walk away and we start all over again. Right, Chucky's now been in the trailer for approximately an hour. That doesn't include the 20 minutes it took of stopping barking before we opened the outer doors. Again, if you keep your eyes on his body, what I'm looking for is, I don't want his feet to move forward as the door opens, and I don't want him to lean too far forward as the door opens. Either one of those two, to me, are an intent to try and push his way out, so I'll just shut the door. He's got to learn that by giving in to this, I've got to go forward, I've got to go through the gap, the door just shuts on him. Basically just teaching Chuck to have some patience, to wait. Now I don't know whether Chuck understands the words sit, lie down, wait, or anything else. So if you've noticed, I'm not saying a word to him. If I can't be 100% sure that he understands what I'm saying to him, it's absolutely pointless me saying anything. If I start to talk to him and he doesn't actually understand the words I'm saying, all I'll do is I'll just wind him up. But at the moment he's doing quite well. Bearing in mind that we're about an hour and 20 minutes since pulling up outside my house. So he resisted the temptations to move forward, so as a reward for that he gets let out the trailer. The whole thing now continues. I want to stop this, I need to go forward, I need to go forward, which is basically the pulling drive. It's his, as some would say, stubborn bullseye. I'm gonna keep doing it. Well, I'm gonna teach Chuck that keep doing what you want to do gets you absolutely nowhere. As soon as you start to cooperate, things start to go your way. As soon as he starts to move, he has no concept of anything around him. It's just like, I'm just gonna go. So we just pull him back a little bit. Now, depending on the size and temperament of the dog, you can either pull him back a little bit like I did using his collar, or you can literally just turn yourself around and walk back. That was me shouting at my dogs to get in the bed, because they're all stood at the back gate looking at Chuck. Chuck's got a flat collar on, so I've decided not to use a slip lead, a favourite of mine, or the head collar, the Dogmatic, another favourite. I'm just going to go with the standard flat collar, which most people fit to their dogs. As soon as his drive kicks in and he throws himself forward, we just bring him back, give him a couple of tugs on his collar. We just want that forward movement to stop, and if he won't do it, if he won't concentrate, we turn round, we pull him back, we do whatever it is that takes away what he wants, which is to get through the gates. By the way, we've been at this from getting him out the trailer to now. He's about 25-30 minutes ish. So we're coming up to the 2-hour mark from originally getting on with him. So if he pushes himself through the gate first, we just bring him back. You do have to be firm with him. I wish I'd videoed being dragged out the kennels by him, but there you go. So he's gone up the stairs before I wanted him to, so I just bring him back down. And we stand there for a bit, we try again. Does it again, so we take him out. Chucky's just noticed next door's cats. Not a bad response from him though. At least he didn't drag me over to her. We're now getting past the 2-hour mark, and we're, I think it's roughly about another 40 minutes since we got out of the trailer, something like that. There we go. I want to be able to step on and invite him up with me. I basically just don't want him saying, right, let's go. Step 3 completed. So step 1 was getting him to stop long enough to open the outer doors. Step 2 was getting him to stop barking long enough to open the interior doors. Step 3 was getting him from the trailer to the front door. And now it's the same principle. He can't just take me in. It's up to me to decide when we go in. My house, my rules.
No.
Basically just teaching Chuck that you can't do what you want, you've got to do what you're told. Or at least wait until you're invited.
No. No.
So that's it. Once he stops that thought, I'm gonna go in whether you like it or not. Ooh, nearly. The fact that Chuck looks up is a good sign. It means he's looking at me, he's asking me what we're gonna do. Am I doing what's right, basically? Next step complete. So now we're in the house. The rules have got to stay the same. The rules stay the same all the way until he's in his cage. I've got to teach him, don't go forward, just wait. And when he stops, we'll take him in. There we go. And there's Chucky. Safe and sound in his cage, enjoying his pig's ear. And getting a little bit of praise. Now that he's finished his pig's ear and he's not occupied, he's now demanding to come out the cage, just like he was demanding to come out the trailer. So the whole thing starts again. He just gets ignored. This sort of behaviour can't get anything. I'm not even looking at him at this point. I'm stood with my back to him, just ignoring him. Thirsty work, all this barking. He's getting a little bit stressed, getting a little bit frustrated. This is Chucky after being in his cage for about 20 minutes. Just over. Still having the odd bark, still having the odd scratch. Trying to work out how to get out. Eventually the penny's gonna drop that the cage is just like the trailer. Nothing happens while I'm making a fuss. I'm now in the front room just wandering around doing whatever I'm doing, but at no point do I look at him, make contact with him verbally or otherwise. Very important, you don't even look at him, because if you look at him while he's barking, he's got 50% of what he wants, which is half your attention. Again, I don't know whether Chucky knows sit, stay, lie down, anything else, so it's absolutely pointless me saying anything to him while he's in this cage. Because anything I say to him that he doesn't understand will just wind him up even further. Plus, then he's got the attention. He barks, I say something, he gets what he wants. So Chuck's been in now, and it's taken him roughly 40 minutes to calm down and come to the conclusion that I'm just going to give in. I'm just going to lie down. Nothing is happening, and this is because no one has said a word to him for over the last 3 hours. Since the whole thing started, I've not said one word to him. I've not looked at him unless he's been doing exactly what I want him to do. And every time he does something I don't want him to do, he's either ignored, which is a punishment, or something's taken away from him, i.e.